All right, we're going to take a break from gardening today, and I'm going to show you how to make fabric masks. To start, take your favorite pineapple shirt or any other shirt, and you want to cut it into a rectangle. It should be 8 inches by 15 inches. One trick to making sewing easier is iron almost every step. If you can't find elastic, that's okay, because there's a way you can just make little strips of fabric. In this case, I took 1.5 inch strips, and I'm gonna double fold them and iron them out, and then I'll sew them down the line to make ribbons for the masks. All right, so here's my one strip of fabric. You wanna put it pretty side down. Then pass the iron over it so it's nice and flat. Then you're going to taco fold it lengthwise. It could be whatever lengths of fabric you have left. And it's going to start getting hot the more you iron it. Right now my fingers are doing fine. The next 2 passes I'm going to start burning my fingers. So now I'm going to open it back up, and I'm folding both halves or both edges to that middle crease that I made. So that was one side folded in, and this doesn't have to be perfect. And now I'm starting to get my fingers too warm. Do not burn your fingers. So now that I've got that folded this way, I'm going to fold it one last time, and then you're going to have no raw edges for this ribbon. All right, so first I'm going to start sewing these ribbons, try throwing a stitch right through the middle of the flat side. To make the hood, or sorry, the face mask, again, you're going to start with it face side down, iron it once, and then you're going to fold it in half. And you're going to find out why. Now that I've ironed the crease, I'm going to put it pretty side up. We're going to end up forming the inside of the mask. What you're going to want to do is fold both sides in, but in a weird way. You're going to then fold a little bit of fabric back like this. So I'm going to do the same to this side. So as you can see, there is a little middle ribbon now of the pretty fabric sticking out. Otherwise, all you see is the other side. So now I'm going to stitch all along these edges. All right, now I'm going to take the folded thing, and as you can see, I've got this pocket end up. And remember, this is going to be inside out. What we're going to do next is carefully hide these inside. You'll find out why at the tail end. But just because there's nothing worse than losing something that you're about to put together, it does help to pin things. Just to make sure. My other trick is I'm pulling the other end through the center so I don't forget about it. So I'm going to show it again on this corner. And you get the idea. All right, so I've got all 4 ribbons pinned, and they're all stretched through the middle. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to sew these raw sides. These are called raw sides. Don't sew these sides yet. be spike. Watch out for the safety pins. And I'm going to remove the safety pins, and then I'm going to flip this right side out. So, as you can see, this now has straps, and it has the start of a mask going on. The trick is, for the next stage, I have to fold pleats into this. All right, so I've got it all ironed out, pulled right side out. Now you just have to fold 3 pleats. To fold a pleat, you just pinch some fabric and flop it down. And then you iron. Then we're going to fold another pleat. Pinch it up and then flop it down. I'm using pineapple fabric for my pineapple shirt in honor of my good friends and neighbors, the Knutsons. We have a code whenever we would hang out. We haven't seen each other in a while, other than across the street. We would just text each other the word pineapple, which meant it was time to socialize. So, going to give it one last ironing, then we're going to take it back to the sewing machine. All right, so just one last round of stitching. We're going to go right through the thickest part of the fabric here. And it doesn't hurt to give a little bit of extra stitching on those edges. Make sure you keep the pleats folded as well. And now we're just going to do the other side. And I'm going to do one more round of stitching on both sides just to make sure it's really reinforced. And if you screwed up a pleat, this is a good way to fix it. What I just did right there was lock the stitch just to keep it from fraying. And now, after I bury the thread back in. All right, so now I've got my mask all on. You can see it just ties both at the top and the bottom behind the neck. And the pleats allow it to expand so it fits your entire face. Now, check the fit. If you can see air gaps, you might want to make it a little bit wider. Go rather 8 inches to 9 or 10 inches. If you need more length, do the same thing. The other nice thing about this design is because there's no elastic, it's easily washed. Especially because there is now a shortage of elastic. The other cool thing is, on this little inner pocket, you can stick tissue or something in there to add another protective layer. So, we'll go back to gardening next time because, you know, this is lame, but yet awesome, and pineapple. But if you are really bored and know how to use a sewing machine, there's YouTube videos to explain how. You can turn a bunch of cotton shirts into these masks to help other people to deal with the mask shortage. And if you do it and send me pictures, I'll give you extra credit. But real extra credit.